Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Swass. It's Wednesday night, so we're talking some golf bets, and you hit again with Morikawa last week, and I played that too. Plus 145, it took Morikawa in the top 10. He finished third too.
Yeah.
He was never really in the running for the win, though. He kind of...
No, there really wasn't many people in the running. You know, Davis Riley was... kind of ran away with it, and just when you thought Scotty Scheffler was going to do something crazy again, he actually let his foot off the gas, which was surprising. I actually was hoping for a little bit better of a finish, but you always love to see a young kid go out and get it done. So kudos to Davis Riley, and
kudos to Morikawa for cashing my bet.
Yeah.
So actually, it looks like what tournament do we got right now?
We have RBC Canadian Open.
Cool. So where do we want to start?
Yeah, so a little lighter of a field. So we have the Memorial next week, which is a big tournament. And then following that, we have the U.S. Open. So RBC Canadian Open, a little bit of a light field. There's a couple big names here. So, a guy that I think has had some pretty good success here, a guy that, I might throw a little bit of money on to win is Shane Lowry. Been playing some pretty good golf of late. I think he's got 2 top 20 finishes in the last couple of years, including one all the way up in the top 5. Been playing some good golf. I think you could get a pretty decent shot at Shane Lowry.
2,500 on FanDuel to win now. So Shane Lowry, I remember he was in the running for one of the majors. It had to be 5 years ago now, where he was dominating.
Yeah, I mean, believe it or not, he shot 62. He almost shot the PGA Championship record a couple weeks ago. I don't know if you remember that.
No, I did not know that.
So he had a putt for 61, which would have been the lowest round in the major, and he actually finished top 10 in the PGA Championship. So been playing some pretty good golf of late. Him and Rory actually won the team event, last month. So playing good golf and in a lighter field, it's a guy who definitely has the stuff to get it done. Multiple time winner.
And if you want to play it a little safer, you can get Shane Lowry top 20 at plus 125.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I don't hate that play at all. There's definitely some good value in there. You're going to see a lot of good plays out here today because the field is so kind of wishy-washy. I mean, I think the only guy in the field right now that really has any negative betting odds is Rory.
Right.
And it's obviously because he's won here, number one. And number two, it's just, he's the best guy in the field. So his odds are never going to jump off the page at you.
Right. All right. So Shane Lowry, where are we going next?
So RBC Canadian Open. I gotta throw a Canadian guy in here.
Got to.
I'm gonna go with Corey Connors. I'm gonna play Corey Connors in the top 10. You could still get him at plus money in top 20. I think he's probably plus 115 in the top 20, or depending on what sport book you're using. But I'm gonna throw Corey Connors in the top 10. T6 last year and a T20 the year before that. Been playing good golf. Again, Nick Taylor, Canadian, won it last year. So these guys tend to show up, especially in their hometown. Their home country.
Their home nation.
Yeah. I think Corey Connors is a great play. He's been playing pretty good golf of late. And I really like him to show up and show off, especially, like I said, his history here. He's got a pretty good track record. So I like Corey Connors.
And I'm seeing this.
I'm probably going to play top 10.
Yeah, look at his last tournament. I don't see a single missed cut here.
Yep.
So he hasn't missed a cut all year.
Yeah. So he's been playing solid.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. There's several top 20s here.
Yep.
3 out of the last 7 top 20s for Connors, and he was born in Listowel, Canada, in Ontario. So he is most definitely Canadian.
Yes, sir.
All right, where next?
So another guy who's 12 for 12 this year when he's played in tournaments in terms of making the cut. A guy who may not at first glance jump off the page at you, but I'm going to go with Alex Noren. Alex Noren is a phenomenal ball striker. Doesn't hit it overly far here, but in terms of shots gained around the green and shots gained approach to the green, he's probably top 10 on the PGA Tour. So a guy that, normally you wouldn't even think about possibly throwing his name out there in a weaker field. Like I said, he hasn't missed the cut all year, 12 for 12. He's played in this event once, but that was prior to 2020. And he did make the cut in the event, but he finished with like a T63. But I like Alex Noren here. He's got one top 5 finish on the PGA Tour this season and 2 top 10s. So I think, he's a good guy to kind of circle in on, find some good odds. I think he's plus 250 maybe to finish in the top 10.
Yep, plus 250 top 10, plus 115 top 20. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so I think either play is good. Like you said, if you like to get a little bit risky, go for that top 10, but you still find some good value in the top 20.
Yeah, Alex Noren, never even heard of him.
I got 2 more names for you this week.
Okay, 2 more. What's next?
Yeah, because like I said, this field is a little on the weaker side. A guy that we talked about a couple weeks ago who ended up not getting it done when he played in the Myrtle Beach Classic. But a guy who finished T9 here last year, I'm going back to Andrew Novak. Top 20 for Andrew Novak right now is plus 400 on FanDuel.
Wow.
For a guy who, we talked about his pretty good play on the tour this season. A guy who already has had good results. Andrew Novak was actually at one point, I think, in the lead last year in this tournament. So, at plus 400, I think, obviously it's a little bit of a long shot play, but with a T9 on his record here, why not give it a little shot here and make some money?
And I'm looking at, so you said this is a thinner field, and I'm looking at Andrew Novak's results on the year, and you can see some of the lesser tournaments, Phoenix Open, Mexico Open, Cognizant Classic, like some of these tournaments that have thin fields, T8, T9.
Yeah.
So he shows up.
He's been playing some really, really good golf. And like I said, plus 400 odds to finish in the top 20.
Yeah.
Why not have yourself a day, kid?
Yeah, there we go. Andrew Novak, got it. And you said you got one more?
I got one more for you, and I don't even know if you've heard of this guy before, but we're gonna go with Aaron Rai, R-A-I.
Yeah,
so
I see him.
Aaron Rai's track record here in the RBC the last 2 years, T13 and a T3. Wow. So pretty good playing. Again, a guy who you see him sporadically on the top of leaderboards. He definitely has a good game. When we talk about the course fit tool for Data Golf, the system that I use to kind of see where my thoughts are versus the golf course, Data Golf likes him too. Data Golf has him in the top 20 on their board, and so it's definitely a tool that has been helping me stay so hot. So Aaron Rai, I like it. Like I said, last 2 years that he's played in this event, both top 20s. And why not one more time?
Yeah, and he's got 3 top 20s out of his last 8 tournaments, it looks like, and 2 top 10s out of his last 6.
Yeah, he's been playing some good golf. Again, golf is a game where you're looking at who has the hot hand, who's playing good. These guys do go through waves. I know Scotty Scheffler's kind of unhuman. He's always seems like he's riding that wave, but golf is definitely a streaky game. So to get a couple of these guys with lesser odds on a weaker field, why not give it a shot?
For sure. All right, Rye. So, all right, hold on. Let's go through them again because I'm going to tail two of them.
Yeah.
It might be Rye. I didn't mind Rye. I like the Canadian. I'm playing Corey Connors. Actually, that's definitely.
Corey Connors is definitely going to be my play of the week. I might sprinkle some other stuff on these guys. Maybe do a couple. Maybe parlay Novak and Noren both to finish in the top 20 or something like that.
I think I'm going to go Connors and Noren. I think those are going to be my 2.
I
like Rye though. No, Noren. I'm going Noren. I'm sticking with Noren. So Connors and Noren. That's when I'm betting.
Let's ride it, baby. Let's ride this wave. Let's ride it all the way to the top.
Yeah.
Made a nice little chunk of change yesterday. I hit a little $12 parlay for 300 on the Ranger game last night.
Yo, you and those freaking SGPs, man.
Yeah, it was lit. We had Barkov 1 point, Trocheck 1 point. Barkov over 2.5 shots, Alexei Lafreniere over 2.5 shots, and Tarasenko over 1.5 shots. 12 to win, 310, and it smacked. So we're hotter than hot. We're scorching.
All right. Well, hopefully that continues. All right. Well, we'll see you next Wednesday night, hopefully with some more money in our account.
Let's do it, baby.
Later.
Later.